Hey, what's going on? I'm back. It's the one and only. And today I am joined by a legend, one of the greatest of all time. Look, check it out. I've said it time and time again when it comes to my top artist ever. This man is part of one of the most iconic groups ever. And personally, my favorite rap group of all time, Crazy Bone of the iconic Bone Thugs and Harmony. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. How you doing?
Real good, man. First and foremost, how you been living? How's everything been going? I know this last year's been a little crazy, so kind of wanted to get a quick update.
Yeah, man. Everything been good. Been maintaining. Just glad we at the end of this crazy pandemic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, man, it's been cool. It's been, like I said, I've been able to maintain and sustain through it all, man. Just happy and blessed to still be here. Be happy. We lost a lot of people senselessly. You know what I'm saying? And just happy that that we seeing the light at the end of the tunnel finally.
Well, man, look, man, I've had a lot of people, a lot of fans on the site. You know, they've been wanting to see me interview you. So I got a lot of questions for you, man. I want to start off by asking, what happened? What happened with verses? It was supposed to be both Thugs and Harmony versus 3 6 Mafia on verses. Why didn't it happen?
Bro, honestly, bro, that's something you got to talk to Swizz and Timberland about. You know what I'm saying? I don't, I don't have no answers for that. You know, like I don't know why it don't happen. We was told it was going to happen, but I guess things occurred and it didn't go down. But I don't have the answer as to why it actually did happen.
I know the fans were excited about it. I was excited about it. So I was like, man, I was just waiting for it to happen. But I guess to piggyback off of that, there was a project that you and DJ Paul were working on, correct?
Yes, indeed. Still working on it. Yep.
Do you have a projected time frame to when that project will be out?
Man, I don't have a time frame actually. I think we're like 4 or 5 songs in, like so far. You know what I'm saying? But all 5 of them is it's like bangers, like singles and hits, man. So it's like this we don't have a projection for the actual time, but what I'm saying, like we'll definitely keep everybody updated as to when we're getting close to it, when it's being mixed and when it's about to drop, all that. What's up?
Looking forward to it, man. I know you got a new project out, correct? You just released a new project on 420.
Yes, indeed. Leagues of Legend. The album is available right now on all platforms. It's a weed album, you know what I'm saying? For all the weed smokers out there, all the stoners, y'all know Bone Thugs, y'all know it ain't no secret. We proactive with the with the marijuana. You know what I'm saying? We indulge, you know what I'm saying? And it's also a soundtrack to the brand that I have. I have an actual cannabis brand called Strands of Legend. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just something to go along with that project.
Well, I actually saw that. I think that you just released your own strand one on May 1st, I believe. So
Yeah.
is that something that you plan to get a little bit more involved with in regards to just releasing different strand lines?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going to be releasing like several different. We released one in Oklahoma called Family Tree, and this latest one we just released here in Los Angeles and in Palm Springs. Um, is the first of the month strain. So yeah, and we will be having more strains coming very soon. Very soon.
Look, I know you got a lot of new stuff that you're working on right now. We'll get to that in just 1 second, but I have to ask because I know you got a new project out. Uh, your classic solo album, Thug Mentality. It's not on streaming platforms. Is there any specific reason why it's not? And do you know if it will ever be available on streaming platforms?
It will eventually be on there. You know what I'm saying? I have the master. I own the masters to that project, and it'll go on. I'm just waiting for a few things to happen. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely coming out there.
So I want to. I guess here's what I want to ask, and I've always wanted to know, just from a from an experience perspective. Like the name of the show is called Nothing Beats Experience. You, my friend, have a lot of that. You've been in this music industry for 30 years now, and a lot of people don't have the luxury, or they're not blessed with that longevity that you've been given. You've had a long career, and I mean, I'm sure you've seen the highs, the lows, and the in between. But when you're part of such an iconic brand like Bone Thugs and Harmony, like I said, like I mentioned at the top of the show, my personal favorite rap group of all time. How difficult is it for you, like in regards to the pressure of delivering at a high level, because people are always going to kind of hold your current body of work to your previous body of work. You know, you have such a big catalog. Like, do you
Hmm.
ever feel that pressure of going in there and delivering like at that level? It's like shit, you know, like people are expecting this all the time.
No, no, man. I never really feel that pressure because it's like if you focused enough, you can do like the problem with artists, man. The problem with artists, the reason why artists like it seems like like a lot of the big artists, it seems like their first album was the best one. It's because like after that, you know what I'm saying? Like when the money and the fame come, like you have so many distractions pulling you away from the creativity of what got you to where you're supposed to be. And people forget about the love that they have for what they're doing. And that love is replaced for the love of money and fame and women and all that extra stuff. And you begin to lose sight of your craft. And I was able to like just focus on my craft. You know what I'm saying? I'm never like I'm never that dude that has to move, that indefinitely has to move with uh when it's money, or can't move if it's not money. I do music because I love to do it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really got to pay me to do it. I'm gonna do it regardless. And I've never let the love of money or fame or any of that stuff stand in the way of my love for what I love to do, and that's music.
So
Period.
let me ask you, like, you know, I mean, there's no secret to success, but I think in one of the things I want to know, just to kind of dig into the experience aspect, is how can how do you sustain 30 years? You know, how do you sustain such a long storied career and still be out there? Because here's the thing about Bone Thugs and Harmony. Here's the thing about you as a solo artist, Crazy Bone, and even some of the group members. You guys are still actively performing, touring to this day. You know, doing shows all across the world, not just all across the country. I'm talking about all across the world. To sustain a career that long, what does that entail? Because like, especially in your case, you know, you guys, you know, you guys come from a group background, obviously, being in a group,
Mm-hmm.
five guys, five different personalities, five families. So you're gonna have disagreements. You're gonna have those highs. You're gonna have those lows. You're gonna have a lot of issues in between because it's natural. It's business. But how do you stay the course for so long? And like, you know, I guess in a sense, like how what would you say has been one of the key secrets to that, key ingredients to being able to last this long?
Man, I would say it's the way we connected to our fans. You know what I'm saying? We connected to our fans on an emotional level. We related to them. We always stayed humble. We always you know what I'm saying, like I mean, man, we just realized what this is, man. Like this is a job, and we love doing our job. Like, like
Yeah,
you're not blessed to be able to do what you do. It's very seldom you get the opportunity to do what you love to do and like get paid for it. So it's like when you have something like that, man, and the way we connected with our fans, and like I think we connected it with them for eternity. You know what I'm saying? Because like the music is timeless. You know what I'm saying? We're all still here, alive, healthy, and what I'm saying, kicking and able to do it, man. So it's just all about, man, just being smart and just, what I'm saying? Like people used to say, like, we got bone get so high and drunk, what I'm saying? But we're all still here. We're all healthy. You know what I'm saying? We ain't no heavy drugs took us out or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we still here doing our thing. So it's all about focus, man. Just like focusing on the mission and just understanding what you have, the gift that we've been given. And you don't want to mess that up. Like, because you don't get too many chances to get it to receive a gift like this. So you want to use it in the right way, man. And all that stuff will just fall in line for you. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. And you know, I think you nailed it, man. I think when it comes to Bone Thugs' fans, it can rival anybody else's fan base. You know, in regards to
Definitely.
the passion, the amount of tattoos of Bone Thugs and Harmony on people's body that they show you at shows. And I
Hmm.
think in the sense of that, you know, I guess in the context of that, for me, you know, I'm a Bone Thugs fan, you know, hardcore. You know, you guys are part of the reason why I fell in love with rap music, you know, and so for me, and I speak on behalf of the loyal Boone fans across the world, like of course you're gonna be asked questions like, are you guys ever gonna have another full length project with all of you guys together. Do you see that? And I'm having to ask this because the fans want to know: is that something that we can eventually expect?
I mean, man, like I'm gonna say this: is it's not. I'm not gonna say is not going to happen. It's just a lot of things need to take place in order for it to happen. I think the group members, like, even though like we all love doing music and it's doing right now, I just think we all on in different chapters in our lives. And you know what I'm saying, it's gonna take for all of us to get on that same accord again and just man, just come together and just like, if we really want to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm always working, I'm always down to work, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get involved with something if it's gonna be halfway and we're not gonna follow it all the way out. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of doing projects to where we just get in and in the middle of the project, somebody goes left and has a problem with the record company or whatever it may be, man. I just want Bone to do a situation till we work an album completely all the way out with nobody having any issue or creating any problems, bottom line. Until that can happen, that's why I tell the fans, y'all need to get out your favorite rap group because niggas be bullshit.
Hey, well, uh, before we move on, I've always said, I would love to see you guys come together, do at least one grand finale, one big tour together, and also do a some form of a biopic. Man, I would love to see you guys have your movie, a movie on you guys and your story because you have such a storied history. You guys have worked with everybody, everybody that you could think of, and you guys started at such a young age, which I think is one of the main things that a lot of people tend to overlook. Y'all came in the game really as teenagers, you know what I mean? Like, and to
Yeah.
be here after all these years, man, it's a testament to your fans, to your hard work, and everything beyond that. But let's move along. I know that you have at the moment a podcast that you just started, correct?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The podcast is called Truth Talks. With my partner, the Bum Keith G. I mean, man, we talk about everything. We talk about every issue you can think of. We stay away from celebrity gossip or entertainment gossip and all that stuff. Just really don't mean nothing. Our our thing is basically bringing facts to the table and trying to educate people about what's going on. The show is basically about, in a nutshell, the show is basically about man's point of view versus God's point of view at the end of the day. Bottom line, we weigh everything out, what man says and what God says, and then we weigh everything out. And we go from there.
What made you want to get into podcasting? Is that something that you were passionate about, or something that just kind of came up? Is it just an opportunity that presented itself, or is something that you've been dabbling the idea with?
Bro, I was hip to podcasts before anybody knew what they was. I was hip to podcasts when you used to on your phone to say a podcast and nobody knew what the hell it was.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because I used to wonder, when I used to get, I used to be like, why is this app always on my phone? What the hell is a podcast and why is it always on my phone? So I tapped on it and learned about it. I was like, oh, so people do talk shows on here. And since then, I always wanted to do one. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. So I just, thought for a while and thought of what I wanted to talk about and what I wanted my content to be. And it took us a few years to like come to where we are now. But we're in a we're in a solid we're in a solid place right now with the content and the issues that we talk about. We have a lot of followers and people like really tune in to see what we're talking about. So
That's awesome, man. Where can you find the podcast at?
we just signed with a network called Social Club Network. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's on there. You can catch it on. We will be making an announcement on the IG and everywhere, let you know when the first episode with the new network will be back up. Will be in like a week or so. Definitely. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, you know what? I want to ask you a little bit about rap music right now. 2021, you being, a legend. There's a lot of
Mhm.
new wave of talent. Obviously, the sound has changed over the years. Things have evolved. But are there any new guys that are on the scene now? And this could be anywhere. Period. Over the last 5, 10 years, that you could say, I'm a fan of his music. I'm really rocking with dude. Is there any talent that stands out to you right now? It could be indie. It could be major. It could be anything.
Man, yeah, it's a lot of I mean, dude, I'm feeling, I'm feeling the baby. You know what I'm saying? Lil, Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? I like his music. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, listen, like Kendrick, J. Cole. Man, I rock with everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Wayne. It's but you just gotta have skill and substance and like be saying something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the dude just listening to all this repetitive, same old, same old song, same old sound, same old style, same look. Every nigga look alike. Everybody get, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like a bunch of carbon copies. And it's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when we came into the game, it wasn't like that. You had to be your own self. You had to be different. So if I ain't seeing nothing different, I ain't really impressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because anybody can come out and sound like somebody and fit in and blend in. No, nigga, don't blend in, stick out. That's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Do not blend in, stick out for real.
So when everything was going on between Lazy and the Migos and Bizzy hopping in, what was your position on that? And what was your thoughts on some of the stuff the Migos were saying in regards to them saying they were the greatest rap group of all time? Because and I say this all the time because I spoke to Bun B about this. I told him I feel at times the new generation wants to disregard the previous generation because they're just being young. That's just part of being young. They want to stick their chest out, pound on their chest, and say they're the only ones. But what was your position on it, and what were your true thoughts on that whole situation?
Bro, I'm a bro. For one, I'm a grown ass man, and I do not have time for really shit like that, bro. Like who gives a damn if they say they're the greatest? I understand what Lazy Bone was saying, because Lazy Bone, I understand his point because Lazy Bone, he wasn't just on that. He was like, he was tired of the industry, period, overlooking Bone, like, we ain't the niggas that did this or did that. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, like, and I told Lazy Bone this. We had conversations, we had arguments about this. We was on the phone about this, and I was, I expressed my disagreements in what was going on. Yeah, I was like, bro, it's stupid to me. It's silly. Who gives a damn? Them little niggas supposed to feel like they the best. They supposed to feel like we still feel like we the best. I still feel like can't nobody get with Bone. Period. Hands down. And that's my opinion. And I'm always feel like that. You niggas can't see Bone, bottom line. That's my opinion. Just like they got their opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not about to sit up with people and go back and forth about who's the best or who did what. And like, no, it's too much money to be making. That's what these people want to see us do. They want to see the younger generation at odds with the older generation. So we can't give them none of our dues. We can't tell them, don't sign that deal. Don't take that money. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us schooling them because they don't want that cycle to be broken. That's why they call us old. We ain't old. We just got smarter. We know what we're worth. We know what we're supposed to be getting. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to spend money negotiating with us, like, and giving us what we know we deserve. No, let's put in the young cat that know nothing about this business. They just want to be rappers. Give them a bunch of money. By the time they figure out what's going on, they're already in debt. They can't do nothing. We got them. And the cycle continues. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not trying to be out here beefing with the younger generation because we got a bigger problem. You see what they just did in Tulsa 100 years ago. We got a much bigger problem going on than who rapped the fastest or who rapped the best or any of that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on that. I'm on building and for the future. My eyes is on the future. So all that young and all that who's the bettest having pissing contests, I say that for niggas that want to do that. Can't nobody compete with me. I created my own lane. You can't compete with me or Bone or anything we do. That's bottom line. So let's just move on, and that's that.
And I think that brings me to my next question in regards to in regards to leadership. Because I've always viewed you as a leader. You know what I'm saying? I've always not as the leader of the group. I'm just saying as a leader in general, as a
Mm-hmm.
voice, as someone that's well respected. You've never heard anybody really over the years go sideways and say crazy shit about Krayzie Bone. That's just the truth. And
Mm-hmm.
so I feel that speaks volumes in regards to how you conduct business, how you carry yourself, and just behind the scenes, just knowing how to lead your own situation. But when you talk
Yes.
about, this is kind of one of the last questions in regards to the group, and what we're just kind of piggybacking off of what you said. Um, with being in a group, having a leadership mentality, how challenging is it to have that many personalities, like you mentioned, like Lazy, Lazy was really passionate about the Bone brand, feeling like the Bone brand had been overlooked by people within the industry, which is completely understandable because I can actually, in a sense, agree because I feel you guys are the greatest, right? I feel
Mm-hmm.
that. Now, maybe somebody across the street doesn't feel the same way, but I feel that way. So I always advocate for Bone Thugs and Harmony. But when you have
Mm-hmm.
a situation where somebody may not agree with something, or somebody may feel some type of way, and you have all these different personalities, and you have to be the one to be like, hey, let's keep this vision in line with what it is that we're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
How, not so much challenging, more so what are some of the things that have helped you grow in that sense and helped you be, that way with not only your counterparts but your group members as well?
Man, just learning how to sacrifice, man. And that's in life, period. You know what I'm saying? In life and through life, you have to learn how to sacrifice and, learn to, like, not always put your wants and what you want to do to the forefront, and respecting other people's ideas and creativity, and just falling back sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You have to have some type of humility about yourself when you're dealing with a 5-man group, especially five grown men that are very I wouldn't say
Strong
head
personalities.
yeah, headstrong or prideful, but just confident. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it is challenging. You know what I'm saying? Because like your idea may not be the idea of somebody else, or their idea may not be the same as yours. You know what I'm saying? But it just comes to a point to where you just have to sacrifice and like try to come to a decision or a decision that everybody that like this even kind of close. You know what I'm saying? But it takes sacrifice, man. It can't just be all. It can't just be my way or no way. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be sacrifice. It has to be balance. You know what I'm saying? Or it ain't gonna work. And I think that's why a lot of groups don't work. As Bone, like yeah, we have our problems and we take leave and we have our hiatuses or whatnot. But everybody know like Bone is not like another group. Bone is family. Like so that's why Bone has always been able to come back together, even if we've been apart for a year or two. We always able to come back together and do what we do, man. Like people would never understand it, but it ain't for them to understand. It's a family thing. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel bone when you're bone for life. Anytime I see, disagreements get made public and people say they're parting ways, I'm like, they'll get back together because I feel like you guys know what you guys have and how special it truly is. And with that being said, one of my good friends is actually Blaze, and he produced a lot of Busy's. He actually produced Busy's last two albums, and
Mm-hmm.
and kind of hearing some of the new music that they created together, hearing your new project, hearing Lazy's project. I always wondered, like, man, like how much y'all guys keep up with one another's music, or if y'all even have an opportunity to keep up with each other's music because y'all have y'all's own schedule and stuff. But I think at some point or another, it'll come back together, bro. I do believe it'll come back together. But I guess with that, I'll ask like last question, bone related at least. What is the relation now with everybody at the moment today in 2021? Just everybody kind of doing their own thing at the moment.
Man, everybody cool. As far as I'm gonna keep it 100, as far as me, Lazy, Wish, and Flesh, we talk all the time. We talk all the time. I'm actually supposed to be hooking up with Lay today to have a little lunch meeting with him, and like just talk some things about the group or whatnot. But us for all to talk all the time. Busy, we don't know what the hell's going on with Busy. He's off. He does what he do, but that's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically the same, man. Us four kicking it, talking, doing what we do. Busy off over here doing whatever he doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what it is. We've always been united as four, or even as three when Flesh wasn't here. We've always been came together no matter what the problem is, no matter what our struggles are, no matter what we going through, no matter what the hardship, we have always stayed together as a unit to get through it together. Bottom line. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Well, look, let's talk about something on a more positive note. You have a nonprofit organization that you started, correct?
Say it again.
I go. Let's talk about something on a more positive note. You have a nonprofit organization that you started, correct?
Yes, indeed. Spread the love.
Let's
Yes,
talk
indeed.
about Spread the Love. What made you start the nonprofit organization, and tell us more about it?
Well, man, spread the love is the main reason I did it was to give back to where we come from. And right now, I'm in the process of acquiring the the property to where my old elementary school used to stand. It was demolished a few years ago, but I'm trying to acquire this property to build a Bone Thugs and Harmony Performing Arts Academy and Museum.
Oh
You
wow.
know, basically, going back to the hood, and this is right down the street from where I was like raised. You know what I'm saying? Like right in the neighborhood, couple blocks over from 99. You know what I'm saying? And I want to like get people in the community they qualify, they want to learn about the music business, that not just being an artist, but the ins and out of the business, man. And I want to put up a museum of and feature all of the Ohio artists that made it out of Ohio, whether they artists or actors or whatnot. Because we got a lot of talented people that come from Ohio. A lot of people don't know about. Just to inspire people there, let them know, that you can make it from Cleveland or Cincinnati or Columbus or anywhere. You know what I'm saying, in Ohio, and be successful. And I'm also looking to take my record label back there so that people feel like they have an outlet here to where they don't have to leave and go to New York, or they don't have to go to California. You can go right a couple blocks over and go to the Life Entertainment, see what they can do for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to do. Like, have people not leave Cleveland and come back. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. You wanna plant the seeds back at the hometown. Speaking of Ohio, man, I gotta give a shout out to my man Kelly Pavlik, man, Youngstown, Ohio, good
Oh
friend of
yeah, man. I was about to say to yo, yeah, yeah, yeah.
mine. Absolutely got to shout out. But I think that that's dope, man. And what made you really want to do it? Was it just a matter of giving back to where you came from?
Yeah, man. I always wanted to do this. This is something I always places, and I talk to people with nonprofits and see the things that Snoop is doing with the kids and everything. I just like suck up the game, man. Suck up the game and take it back to my hometown and like do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that was the whole purpose of us getting out of the mess we was in, and like, only to bring it back, come back full circle and help the people that's like still struggling, trying to get out for real.
Speaking of which, now what you're saying right there, it brings me back to something I want to know a little bit about. I want to ask you about Easy E and your time with Easy E, and just what would you say was one of the most important things you learned from him? Because I think in regards to Easy E, at least from what I've observed, from what I've watched, from what I've learned, there's no doubt he absolutely 1000% believed in you guys. He believed in the group. He believed in what we were doing. But as a leader, as a mentor, what were some of the things that you learned from him being around him during the time you were around him?
Man, just the way he did business, man. Like he was just the way he did business. He kept a small circle. You know what I'm saying? Like man, he just told us about, like one thing he said, like that he told us that all money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it could be money, just a bad plan or a bad idea disguised with money. You know what I'm saying? So like, always, you know what I'm saying, that saying, you know what I'm saying, don't always take jump to take the money that's being offered to you. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's a lot of money being offered to you. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that goes a long way, especially in this industry, because you end up being in debt, you end up with the wrong people in bad situations. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, man, he just told us, I mean, we was only with him for a year. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't really get to learn like the real, like really get to grind with him and like pick his brain. But like what he showed us and like what we just picked up from him was a lot. Definitely.
It's just crazy to think, like at the time you guys were young, and then you're with him for a year, and then that happens, and the rest is history. You guys went on to make history, and it's just a part of it's just a
Yeah.
part of history now, man. It's just crazy looking back on it. I guess another question I had for you was, this is kind of a silly question, but it's a serious question. When you look at your music and your body of work, Do you have a favorite piece of work that you've done that like you're like, man, that's like my favorite, whatever songs, body of work? What would you say that is?
Man, man, I really don't like when people ask me that question. Like, it's like, I mean, I have a like songs that I like think is dope, like First of the Month, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I think that's dope because of the concept and just like, you know, like songs like that. But I don't really like sit back and be like this is my favorite. I favorite one of my own songs, like or even a Bone song. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I like everything we did. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get caught up in the favorites, like for real.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, look, man, I'm from Texas. I'm based out of Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas. One of the records you did out here went on to win a Grammy, Riding Dirty with Millionaire. I don't know how much you remember about that record, but did you ever think that that record was gonna go on and do what it did whenever you dropped the feature?
Man, no, hell no, not at all. I didn't think that the song was gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? I did it on the strength of playing skills. You know what I'm saying? Them was my little homies, you know, that so I knew them. So I did it on the strength of them. Like they was like, yo, this cat is blowing up. They showing him a lot of love. He wanted to get down with you, should rock with him. I'm like, okay, if y'all say so, I'm rocking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I went down, laid my verse, and I left. Didn't think I'd ever hear the song again. You know what I'm saying? Then I started getting calls like, yo, you know, they released the song, it's on the radio, it's doing, you know, it's doing numbers, it's crazy. Might need you for a video. And I was like, cool. So a couple of weeks later, they called me like, yo, we need to bring you down to Houston. He's shooting a video. Bam, 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 bam. Did the video, it came out, it's blowing up. A few months later, they called me like, yo, we need you at the Grammys. We nominated. I'm like, what? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was wild.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. I always thought about that, man. That's one of those verses, man. But so what do you have coming up, man? What's next for Crazy Bone? You guys gonna go on the road, whether it be as a group, solo? What's going
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, I'm working on another project as well called Crazy Melodies right now. It's a project where I'm doing like mostly, you know, like classic bone harmonies and like not that much rapping, just like harmonies and melodies. Uh, I'm working on that project to come out like around July, August. Um, Also, man, as Bone, we're working on the podcast as Bone Thugs in Harmony as well, called Thug Stories, and we're going to sit up and we're going to tell everybody all of our stories that we, even before we met Easy. You know what I'm saying? Like all our crazy stories and just what led us up from then up until now. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're also in talks with several different people about our biopic. You know what I'm saying? Our story, documentary, with like whatever. Actually looking to do a series instead of a movie because we got so much to tell. There's no way in hell it's gonna fit in 2 hours. That's not gonna happen.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so yeah, man, we working on that, and we're getting ready to hit the road starting next month. I mean, we start this month, but like we really get heavy in July. So all y'all fans out there, look at the dates because we back. We coming to your town. We be there for real.
Man, I hope you guys come down to Texas, man. I know y'all come out here,
Oh
often. I gotta catch you guys out here, man. You already know, man.
yes, indeed, definitely.
Well, look, Crazy, man. I don't want to take too much more of your time. I'm going to talk to you off the record here in a second, but thank you so much for your time, for your contributions to hip hop, for what you've done, for what you've meant to my life as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, East 99 Eternal. I got that CD. Even prouder that the first cassette I ever bought, period, was actually For the Love of Money. So you guys have played a big part of my life, and I thank you for that, man. Seriously.
Bro, that's love, bro. That's love.
Well, I don't know where you're at. You went away. There you are. There you are.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, and I mean that genuinely. You guys are the greatest rap group of all time, in my opinion. That, my friends, is Crazy Bone. Stay on the line. I got some stuff I want to holler at you about. We're out. Oh, where can they follow you at on Instagram?
Oh, Instagram, man. You can find me on crazy_bone, Twitter. I am Crazy Bone, Facebook, Craig Jack, your boss. Yeah.